Hey guys, it's Elizabeth with Willow Tarot, and today I'm here as the card medium to talk about relational mediumship, which is what we're going to be talking about this Saturday in our meetup session at 8 a.m. CDT. If you are listening to this video on YouTube, you will see the links in the description. So before we begin, let's go ahead and take a moment for that deep breath. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. Let's go ahead and bring that in together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So much more settling. All right, guys. So, relational mediumship. And we're going to be discussing relational mediumship specifically through communication. In our first session, we explored atmosphere and how spending time with a single card can deepen awareness. For those of you that came, we spent 5 minutes on that card. It was amazing. Well, this session that will be coming to this Saturday at 8 a.m. CDT shifts our attention towards communication and exchange. So communication exists everywhere. It's in everything that we do, see, communicate with. Communication is not limited. It is varied. We experience it in conversations between people, in the interaction between cards, in the way ideas influence one another, and in the connections that emerge between experiences as mediums. That's us, folks, as mediums. We are often asked to recognize communication as it unfolds and remain present long enough to understand what is being shared. Cards provide a wonderful way to practice this skill. Rather than focusing on definitions or memorized meanings, we can explore how cards interact, respond, support, challenge, and influence one another through the symbols they contain. And it's a safe space to do it. And today, when we explore relational mediumship through card-based communication, we're going to see where mediumship often asks us to recognize communication that already exists. It's already happening. We're tapping in, we're visiting, we're eavesdropping. And then the expectation that we remain present long enough to participate in it. That our fear, that the unsteadiness we may feel, that the curiosity that we have, that it all plays along nicely with the entities that we are communicating with. That's a big ask. Cards provide a unique opportunity to practice this skill because the imagery and symbols within them naturally interact with one another. A single card can communicate an idea, but when two cards are placed together, a relationship begins to form. That relationship creates movement, tension, agreement, expansion, contrast, curiosity, support, challenge, and exchange. It doesn't create, and I don't normally like to say what isn't happening, but it doesn't create argument. It is a kindness exchange. But it's up to the reader to remember that too. So in this exercise, we're going to explore what happens when two cards enter into conversation. And the purpose is to experience communication as a living process, because as a medium, when you tap in, you may find yourself in the middle of a conversation already happening, or entities that come forward that you need a moment to even understand what it is you're feeling. These exercises that we do in our sessions help us to prepare for that. What you do with your gifts in the 2 weeks between our meetings is entirely up to you. These exercises are here to be helpful, as is our live group. Come to the live group, have conversations with other mediums, see what's working, what's not working, hear what's trending. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. Okay, so let's see here. So as mediums, we just kind of talked about this, but we often find ourselves standing between 2 points: listening, observing, translating, and participating in an exchange. This exercise develops that skill by allowing us to witness communication unfolding between cards, which is super safe, guys, and remain present with it long enough for meaning to emerge. Did you hear that? You got to stay with it to understand it. Now, I'm not asking you to be uncomfortable, but I want you to stay as long as you can. So I wonder now, is anyone asking, why are we practicing this? Because I just did. Well, these exercises are designed to create stability. As a medium, can you imagine being unstable? I can. Awareness. As a medium, I like to be aware. Cohesion. I want my thoughts to flow. Now, whether or not they're flowing, quote unquote, together, that's a fallacy. Do I feel cohesion? Then yes. Doesn't matter what the thoughts are doing as long as I feel cohesive together. And it builds courage. And it stabilizes confidence and builds that within as well. Not just within us, but within our mediumship practice. And when we learn to remain present with a conversation between 2 cards, we strengthen our ability to remain present with communication in other forms as well. We become more comfortable following threads, especially the ones that go off into those dark hallways. We become more comfortable observing changes, recognizing patterns, and allowing meaning to develop over time, because sometimes the messages don't disappear when the session ends. And as a medium, you'll be carrying that with you. 2 cards may appear to support one another. They may offer different perspectives on the same situation. One may bring attention to something the other has overlooked, which is one way of saying that it was you thought of it when you saw it in another card, but you needed that second card to bring it forward. And together they may reveal an entirely new idea that neither card seemed to contain on its own. As we spend time with these interactions, we strengthen our ability to stay present with curiosity and discovery. We build trust in our observations and become more comfortable allowing communication to reveal itself gradually. The cards also create an opportunity to explore experiences from a different perspective. Sometimes a card may highlight something we already appreciate. Sometimes it may bring forth attention to a quality we've never paid much attention to before. Sometimes it may draw our awareness towards an experience, feeling, or perspective that feels unfamiliar, uncertain, or emotionally charged. And that's why we do these exercises, to help us be prepared. And as we spend time with those experiences, we begin building confidence in our ability to remain present with them. It's okay to be scared, guys, but trying to remain present is really important. That confidence that we're building becomes courage. If we're willing to sit with an uncomfortable feeling during an exercise, in our safe space during our exercise, we begin learning that we can experience that feeling without becoming overwhelmed by it. We learn that we can stay present. We learn that we can stay curious. We learn that we can continue observing. Over time, those experiences become part of our practice. Then, when a similar feeling emerges during a mediumship session, a reading, or another spiritual experience, it is no longer completely unfamiliar. We've spent time with it before. We've learned how to stay with it. We've practiced remaining present while it unfolds, and that can be difficult, guys, because when something is unfolding, sometimes it's scary. That familiarity creates steadiness. It creates confidence. It creates trust in our ability to remain connected to the experience without losing ourselves within it. Whether we're reading cards for ourselves, working with clients, connecting with spirit, or exploring other forms of mediumship, the ability to remain calm, observant, engaged, and present becomes one of our greatest strengths. The goal isn't simply to understand a card. The goal is to strengthen our ability to remain present with an experience long enough for deeper understanding to emerge. That presence becomes a foundation we can carry into every area of our mediumship practice. All right, guys. So we're going to have a visualization, which will have a brief pause at the end. Please don't go anywhere, because after that visualization, we are going to move into our exercise. What we will be practicing today, and this exercise is the exercise we'll be discussing this Saturday. I put these videos up so that you guys can have time to sit with them before we come to the class. Come to the class, even if you haven't watched the video, though, please. All right. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable position, and that is whatever that looks like to you. And I'm going to get into that comfortable position by allowing myself a little cough to clear this head cold. The reality of the world. All right, now let's go ahead and allow our breathing to settle into its own rhythm. We'll give ourselves just a minute here. Get comfy and get breathing. Imagine yourself walking along a path beside a river. The morning air feels fresh, and sunlight dances across the surface of the water. Ahead, a bridge stretches from one side of the river to the other. As you walk towards it, you realize that countless travelers have crossed this bridge before you. Each arrived carrying their own stories, questions, discoveries, and experiences. You step onto the bridge and begin walking. Below, the river flows through the landscape while leaves drift along the current and birds move through the trees lining the shore. The bridge carries you forward, linking one side to the other. When you reach the center, you pause and rest your hands on the railing. The river continues its journey below. Sunlight sparkles across the water, and a gentle breeze moves through the trees. In the distance, you see another traveler approaching from the opposite side of the bridge. They continue walking towards you as you continue walking towards them. And with every step, the distance between you becomes smaller. Eventually, you meet in the middle. For a moment, your paths intersect. A smile is exchanged. An acknowledgement is shared. Then both of you continue on your journeys. One traveler walks towards the shore you left behind while you continue towards the shore they came from. For a brief moment, two journeys crossed. A connection was made, and both continued forward, carrying something from the encounter. We'll spend a few quiet moments with that image. begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Become aware of the sounds around you. Bring your attention to the space where we are gathered together. Okay, guys, this is our exercise portion. You're going to need a deck of cards. If you're using both tarot and oracle, feel free to grab both. It is completely up to you. So we are going to be pulling 2 cards. You can pull from the same deck. You can pull tarot and oracle, oracle and oracle. There's no limit here. Do what is comfortable to you. There will be 2 5-minute pauses. It'll be up to you to pause the recording during that time. I'll let you know when it's going to happen. You'll pause for 5 minutes, then come back to the exercise, and then you will pause again when prompted for an additional 5 minutes, and then our exercise will be complete. So the exercise is called the conversation, and I want you to shuffle your cards, please, and pull 2. If you need time, pause now. As in, pause the recording now so you have time. I have sat down many times not knowing where my cards are. So go ahead and hop up and get them. Just give this recording a pause. So when you're ready, place both cards face up beside one another so they can be viewed together throughout the exercise. And like I said, you can use tarot and tarot, oracle and oracle, or tarot and oracle. Whatever decks you brought are perfect. So in this exercise, the 2 cards are speaking to each other. You are serving as the translator, the observer, the witness to the exchange. You choose one card to speak first. This card is speaking directly to the second card. Choose one of the cards to begin speaking first. It does not matter which one. You can even flip them over, mix them up, put them back next to each other without flipping them over, and then just flip one to begin writing. It's fine, however you want to do it. So your first writing prompt for your first card, and this is this card speaking directly to the other card, is I would like you to know. This first card says directly to the other card, I would like you to know. And it's anything that card would like the other card to know. You are going to pause the recording here and give yourself 5 minutes writing continuously in your journal, allowing the imagery, symbols within the card, colors, feelings, impressions, and associations to guide what the card is saying to the second card. If you want to use your notes app, use that, but get these recordings recorded. Get these feelings recorded. All right, go ahead and pause for 5 minutes. Okay, that's great. So when those 5 minutes have passed, move to the second card. This second card is now responding directly to the first card. Begin writing from the prompt, my response is. The second card responds directly to the first card. Continue writing for 5 minutes, allowing the second card to answer, expand, support, build upon whatever the first card shared. It really is a fluid exercise. Whatever is coming through your mind is correct. Don't worry about the rules of engagement. Just engage. So you're going to need 5 minutes. So go ahead and pause for 5 minutes to give yourself time to write out from the prompt, my response is. Go ahead and pause for 5 minutes. When both cards have spoken to each other, spend a few minutes reflecting on the exchange. Maybe consider what was being communicated between the 2 cards. There could be a subtle subtext. Do you see a connection emerge between these cards? Was anything surprising to you as the translator in the exchange? Did anything become clearer through the conversation? As the days unfold until we meet again, remain open to the ways communication appears in your daily life. You may discover connections between ideas, cards, symbols, experiences, conversations, dreams, card pulls, or moments that seem unrelated at first glance. The purpose is to strengthen your ability to recognize communication as it unfolds and to develop trust in your ability to remain present with it. This Saturday, we'll return to the group and share our observations, discoveries, experiences, and whatever else this practice brought forward. You guys are awesome. I hope to see you soon.